It's Regina.
And Sabrina.
And happy holidays! I know it's sort of after the holidays, but we've been offline for Christmas, spending time with family and eating way too much food. And now the New Year's is coming, so happy early New Year. If we're not online that day, we just wanted to wish all of you success and happiness and lots of wonderful, amazing things for 2019. And today, we're going to check out Big Bang's CNN Talk Asia. This was a request. I'm really curious about checking it out because it looks like it's going to be a super good interview. It's 23 minutes long, so we're going to get right into it. Let's go.
Meet the boys of Big Bang.
Big Bang.
They're Asia's, maybe even the world's biggest boy band. You may not have heard of them, but their songs dominate charts.
Wow, fantastic.
Still one of my favorite music videos.
Their concerts sell out global stadiums from Las Vegas to Toronto, and their fans are as wide-reaching as they are obsessed. The 5 members of this Korean pop group, G-Dragon, Taeyang, Top, Taesung, and Sungri, may look young, but this year marks their 10th anniversary, a milestone that celebrates their journeys from boys to men.
So what year was this? That was 10 years.
Their teens, their portfolio not only boasts numerous award-winning albums, but films, television series, fashion and cosmetic labels. The list goes on. But with any great act, their days as a group may be numbered, as they soon will have to face the reality of South Korea's mandatory military service.
Okay, so this was right before they went into the military.
On Talk Asia, we catch up with the 5 members in Seoul in a rare interview that celebrates their decade together and what could be the final act of Big Bang.
Not the final act. Not the final act.
Big Bang, welcome. Thank you for doing this. Now, you are one of the biggest bands in the world at the moment. You are playing to massive stadiums.
Thank you for saying that.
Of course, I have to say.
Okay, Taeyang speaking English sounds really good.
Maroon 5, the highest paid all-male group in America. You're bigger than all of the bands in South Korea. What makes you different?
일단 개성들이 다 틀린 것 같아요. 팀 같은 경우는.
We all have different characteristics. When all 5 of us are together, I think people like that vivid energy that comes out on stage.
그리고 이게 어떤 무대라는 게 점점
Music tends to become a bit standardized after a while, but I think with the 5 of us, each of us brings our own personalities and talent on stage.
있다고 생각을 하는데 좀 재미가 다 다른 것 같아요. 처음부터 끝까지.
It's not a performance with just one color from beginning to end. There are also solo parts in between. There's this flow, and that's what we care about most.
G-Dragon with a
Doing some
dark
sort of
hair.
surprise entry for the opening, performing some fast tempo songs in between to get the crowd excited in the beginning, while giving them time to relax here and there. We'll also do some emotional songs, and then throw in fun parts to get rid of the boredom. We bring the excitement to a climax and burst in the end.
I'm never bored with them. I'm obsessed with G-Dragon right now. So much so.
To be different from the other groups, because it's us 5.
But what happens when you walk out on the stage and you hear the screams? You hear the men, the women, the boys, the girls screaming.
All the
VIPs. How does that
VIPs.
feel?
사실 무대에 처음
When you first get on stage and the LEDs turn on, you really can't see anything at that moment because of the light. Not long ago, we had a performance at Nagai Stadium in Japan, which held about 60,000 seats. It was the first time we played in the afternoon, so we were able to clearly see each and every audience member in the stands. It's hard to put that in words, the feeling of something boiling up inside of you.
I love his tattoo on his neck.
I do too. Sold over 1.5 million seats worldwide, filling out stadiums from Las Vegas to Australia.
That's awesome.
It was their first major release after a 3-year hiatus, and their comeback marks 10 years of Big Bang, a milestone that becomes more significant when you consider their counterparts. One Direction made it to 5 years, 90s boy band NSYNC 7.
You have literally grown from boys to men together. How do you manage to do that and still make it look fun?
Well, of course there have been hard times in between, but the more time we spend together, the more time we make each other laugh. the more we have fun together. And over time, that level of closeness becomes more and more, and we are the happiest when the 5 of us are together.
I love that.
They're fellow band members, but they're also brothers. They're family. Because we spend so much time together, we have that kind of feeling of intimacy and a bond that's very different from other boy bands.
But I mean, you must drive each other mad sometimes. You spend a lot of time together. I mean, what do you disagree on?
I mean, sometimes, but it's not a big deal.
저희 같은 경우에 일단은
In our case, we've never fought over the past 10 years, not even once.
Wow.
It's because everyone has such different personalities and tendencies. So we don't have many occasions to collide. We're a good match for each other.
싸울 일이 없다는 게
What we mean by there haven't been occasions to fight is that we normally tell each other right away when we don't like something. We just tell each other right away.
So it needs to be a habit for
I
everybody.
think that's the biggest secret to lasting for 10 years.
다 그런 성격이기 때문에
You clearly
It needs to
have
be more a habit for us.
personalities, so help me understand who's who. Who would you say is the Joker amongst you?
Oh, Sungri, you think? Sungri.
탑?
Is it really Tom?
Really? It depends
Sorry,
on the
my cat.
situation, but Top is the biggest joker.
I guess I
Even though
could
he's
see
the
that.
eldest. In Korea, the older brother and younger brother relationship is more complicated than other countries. So as the older brother, like a friend, he makes us feel comfortable.
Okay, so who's in charge? Or who thinks they're in charge?
그런 거 없어. 저희는 다 친구라고 생각하고
G-Dragon.
그런 건 없어요.
We all think of each other as friends, and we don't really have such a thing. But because we do have work to do,
Oh, I like
well,
that,
as everyone
though.
knows, the leader of Big Bang is G-Dragon. When we do work, and when we decide on something, we each have our own opinions, but we ask and respect his opinion the most. Captain?
Oh.
Sir.
Okay, so next question. Who is the peacemaker?
Okay.
Who's in where it gets a bit heavy?
I think him.
You?
Taeyong.
왜냐면 중간 역할이에요. 동생
Because he takes the middle role in the group. He has younger brothers, I'm the leader, but also an older brother, so he balances it out very well in the middle.
His personality itself is a bit of a peacemaker.
Oh, that was cute.
So, who's the ladies' man?
ladies man.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, he's not really a ladies' man. I think Dave
What is Jason look like he's
I'm not
had?
denying it.
Officially 하기는 ladies man 하면은
Officially, when you say ladies' man, many people think it would be G-Dragon.
생각하죠. 근데
But Daesung really is the king of being a ladies' man.
king of ladies. I'm always good to ladies. He's good player.
He's a good player.
He's a good player. Not playboy, but good to play. He knows how to play.
Is this true?
I won't deny it.
So, do you
I won't deny it.
I've heard in the past that you have been described as Tom and Jerry. Because you used to fight so
How
much.
did you know that?
Is this true?
I mean, I don't know where the word came from, but 그래 보이나 봐요. 왜냐면
I guess that's how it looks like. Because he's the youngest, and I'm the leader, that's how we met in the beginning. So I tease him the most, and he takes it well. But in the end, it always feels like he's the one that's winning. So I think that's why.
Yeah, Jerry always wins in the cartoon in the end.
Even though Tom looks stronger.
Tom bullies Jerry. It's Jerry who wins in the end. That's why they're called Tom and Jerry.
I think they're right.
I think they're right.
Okay, so you're Jerry.
Yeah.
Coming up. And the South Korean government actually used it to blast across the DMZ. How does that feel?
This is a good interview.
Yes, it
And
is.
when your G-Dragon talks in English,
Regarded as one of the country's most
I'm
successful
so obsessed with him right now. I don't know why, but I am.
YG Entertainment. A
It's my
$650 million
screensaver.
entertainment company, YG was responsible for the insanely viral Gangnam Style.
That went like huge.
Housing
I remember
some
that.
people, as well as boasting a roster of 60 other talents at any given time, including, of course, Big Bang. While the numbers may seem high, training to be a K-pop star is often grueling and intense. The members of Big Bang spent 6 years practicing before their debut, standard fare in the industry.
Gosh, they've been together way over 10 years.
What it takes to be a Korean pop star. I mean, obviously the training appears to be brutal. I mean, it's like you're a world-class athlete training for the Olympics. I mean, I read in the exhibition around the corner, you do 12 hours training a day. This is true?
I mean, not 12 hours, but almost like most of the days. 근데 한국 system.
But in Korea, there's already a system that is established, and we had no choice but to go through that system. Also, we didn't have the conditions to build a new system.
사실 한국에서 이런
I think how structured the system is. The 12 hours training, taking lessons, it all became more part of the system after we debuted as singers. Back when we were training, it wasn't really about systematic training. It was more just following elder singers who debuted before us. So we were actually quite lucky. But now
So it was different
system,
back when they started.
things like that.
But
If
he
you look
said
at how
now
many
it's the system.
entertainment companies in Korea have trainees, and the training that is in place. In some ways, it does make me worry a bit that teaching has become mechanic, and I'm not sure if that helps.
Taesung, for
I
example.
don't think I've ever seen an interview where they talked about
training. How
like this.
intense was the training?
일단 좀 빡세긴 빡세.
Firstly, it's quite harsh. But at some level, I think you have to have the fundamentals right in the beginning so you can focus on yourself and your feelings later and be really able to express that. So rather than trying to show your own character from the beginning, learn the basics first and eventually you can get to know what you're good at and what you like to do. It's a way to really show your colors. So even though I'm worried, I also think the system has a lot of advantages to it as well.
But he was smiling all the time when you were like training. Like, I don't know why, but he was like smiling.
You can
I don't know why, but always.
Daesung has been nicknamed the Smiling Angel, known to be the bubbly one. His biggest fan base might surprise you. Japan, where he recently wrapped up his solo tour.
Love Daesung.
There's G-Dragon, probably the most famous of the five, the group's said leader and main songwriter. He started training with YG when he was just 13,
so
along with
cute.
fellow band member Taeyoung. The two were originally billed to be a duo.
That's young. You were kids. How did you cope with that kind of pressure and competition within this industry?
그냥 즐겼던 것 같아요. 그리고 그때는
I think we just enjoyed it. And back then, actually, before we could even think about our personal feelings, we just didn't have the time or room for it. Rather than viewing this as a competition, we're always busy just doing the lessons each day. We were just continuously looking forward.
I think you'd be too busy to worry about it. Yeah.
I also think it was all possible because we were young. We had much more confidence and bravery just to do it without knowing better.
And because
That
we
makes
wanted to do it
sense.
so bad.
You know, when you're young, you don't think about the
YG
consequences.
signed off on Big Bang's debut back in 2006. I mean, did you have moments when you thought, this isn't going to happen? We have put so much into this. We have sacrificed so much. It's not going to happen.
아무래도 없지는 않았죠. 왜냐면은
I won't say there weren't because when we made our debut as trainees, we had to get through an audition show. Even by that time, G-Dragon and I had already been training for ages, but the head of YG told us that no matter how long we previously practiced, if we didn't do well during that audition, we would have to drop out. So yeah, there were thoughts of what if we get sent home without even being able to debut after training for so long.
I mean, did you ever worry it's not going to happen?
저 같은 경우는 팀에 합류하는 게 굉장히
I barely made it through the TV audition, just at the end. So I think I practiced harder, feeling the competition going on.
Big Bang came together through a TV series. YG trainees were put in the spotlight and asked to compete against each other for a coveted spot.
God, look at them. Look how young they
It was a
were.
reality that almost didn't happen. In the end, though, he managed to clinch the last spot in the band.
Oh, thank God. I couldn't imagine without him.
Sacrificed a fair bit. I mean, do you ever wonder what would have been? I mean, do you ever have regrets?
Look how
that you
relaxed
didn't
you
have
dragging
much of
looks in this
a
interview.
childhood or teenager years? You were part of YG. You never hung out with your friends. You never hung out down the park. You never rebelled.
일단
Because we've been making music since we were young, we don't really have memories with friends, but we do have lots of memories of us five together. Because of that, because the five of us have been together, even if we don't have memories with childhood friends, remembering the memories that we've made together makes us happier.
I mean, that's a whole new level of
quite literally
closeness.
at the top of his game. The oldest member of the group with the most diverse portfolio, a solo
I have a
rapper,
thing for
an
him.
art connoisseur, and
Seriously.
a collector of chairs.
Did you say a collector of chairs? I know.
Within the last 10 years where you as a group or individually thought, hang on a minute, we made it. Look at this, we made it.
매 순간 새로운 앨범이 나오면은
Well, every time there's a new album, it's rewarding.
항상 저희는
What we're always worried about is what's next. So for example, we put a lot of thought into the made singles, and even though the reaction was good after the initial release, and it received a lot of love, we were actually thinking about the collective made album for the future.
그런 느낌인데
So you released 8 singles last year. Bang 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 is one of your most popular.
I listen to that song so much.
And the South Korean government actually used it to blast across the DMZ as part of their propaganda.
I remember hearing about this.
How does that make you feel? I mean, your music was being used effectively as a weapon.
Probably because the timing of the single came out worked with the situation back then. We really don't put much meaning behind it, because our music, especially for Bang Bang Bang, is loud and powerful. I think that's why the government chose to use that track in that way. We appreciate it.
Did they ask your permission?
Nah.
No.
No, they were like, no.
Actually, we didn't know. Actually, we didn't know.
You didn't know?
Yeah.
North Koreans were listening to your music.
I know it. I know it.
Is that weird?
I'm pretty rare.
Pretty weird. I love him.
For us.
True. New fans?
Yeah.
New fans.
It's just amusing. It's fun. Just the fact that it was used in such a place, especially because the title is Bang Bang Bang.
Good choice. Bang Bang Bang.
How long will Big Bang last? And of course, you have the mandatory military service here in South Korea. Time's running out.
It's like, yeah,
You may be
the
asking
choice,
yourself,
bang, bang,
how
bang.
big is big when it comes to Big Bang? If you need some convincing, let's look at the numbers. Starting from the beginning, their debut was in 2006, which makes them 10 years old, double the age of One Direction. In the past year,
Even more now, because I don't know when this one was
$44
done.
billion, according to Forbes. That's
Wow.
almost 10 million more than America's highest-earning male pop group, Maroon 5. To say that their fans love them is an understatement. 1.5 million people attended their last world tour, the largest tour by any Korean act ever.
Yes, VIPs, by the way, we love
Half that
you.
many tickets,
But
playing the
seriously.
same number of shows in 2015.
Wow.
Their last concert alone sold out 65,000 seats. That's 3.5 times the size of Madison Square Garden, reportedly earning $6.4 million for one single event. And to top it all off, last year, readers voted Big Bang in 3rd place for the Time 100, the magazine's list of the most influential people. The Korean pop band got more votes than Taylor Swift and Beyonce combined.
Wow.
And that is big.
That is big. It's interesting because you know you have the headlines on the bottom of the screen too from at the time that they were filming this.
As you know, a burning question in every fan's mind: how long will Big Bang last? And of course, you have the mandatory military service here in South Korea. You have to join up before you're 30. I mean, time's running out.
네, 저희는 뭐 5명.
Every time the 5 of us gather, we're always thinking about how we're going to live our next 10 years. Because this is how we've spent the last 10. Of course, there are tasks and responsibilities lying ahead of us, but it's things we naturally have to do. Because we want to make the next 10 years even better. I think that's why many people worry even more, fans or the public. They worry a lot about what will happen to Big Bang. But for us, rather than worried, we're really happy, and we've always been this way. As we're doing, we're looking forward to the next 10 years with an optimistic mindset.
So, I mean, Top, as the oldest, do you feel this pressure more than others?
사람들은 되게 많이 그런 질문. People ask me that kind of question a lot, and they think I must have a lot of pressure. Actually, I think I'm just the type of person who leaves things to destiny. It's not about what will happen if I'm gone for a while, but it's more about being positive. Just do well with what I'm doing right now, and not think too much. Let's have a new start when I come back.
제가 형이나 멤버들 봤을 때 예를 들어 자기
When I look at him or other members, if they had no confidence in themselves, they would be very nervous about the future. But because they all clearly know what they want to do from here, there isn't much pressure.
부담은 생각보다 없어요. 그 미래에
I don't think we have that pressure about the future.
The boys continue to be quite casual, even unaffected by the topic, as well as the looming deadline. Their fans, however, are not. Constantly questioning if after 10 years of Big Bang, this is it. But it
Not
may not
it.
be all bad news. Individually, their solo careers have been taking off too.
Where would you like to be 10 years from now? Taeyang, where do you want to be in 10 years?
어찌됐든
Whatever happens, I think we're going to continue to do things that we want and like doing. For the past 10 years, we've been able to influence a lot of people by our music and being on stage. And of course, we'll continue to do things like that. In the next 10 years, we need to start to look at Big Bang in a bigger picture and not just limit ourselves to making music and being on stage. We need to be leaders in this genre and culture and become a group that can really be a good influence to many people. That's who we need to be, and that's our next step.
G-Dragon, where do you think you'll be?
항상 어제보다 조금이라도
I'm always thinking about today, that it's a bit better than yesterday, and tomorrow is a bit better than today. And I think that's how it'll be in the future as well. We keep trying to be on a new level every day.
And Top, you're co-curating a Sotheby's sale, you're acting. What do you want to be in 10 years' time?
일단
First of all, I hope all of us make new work that didn't exist before and add to the culture, whether it be in art or something else. I want to become someone who can contribute a lot to culture. Since a young age, we've received a lot of generous love and attention. I feel like I want to be someone who always shows something new to people, proposing things.
일단 음악 자체가
First, music itself, along with the movie. It's pop culture, so we hope to be a bigger influence on the overall genre. More than anything, I just hope we're a good influence. And even though we've been continuously working for the past 10 years, we need to continue to release good music and other things.
Sungri, where will we see you in 10 years?
저는 앞으로 10년은
For me, rather than trying to do something new for the next 10 years, I think protecting what we've achieved so far, continuing like this is the most important, because it's easier to go down than to go up. I hope it is a consistent 10 years.
Finally, the legacy. What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want your music, your act, your look to be remembered for?
멤버들이랑 가장 많이 하는 얘기인데요.
That's something that I'll talk about with most of the members. It's funny for us to be saying this, but many people say we have set so many records that many Korean singers have not been able to previously achieve. But we never got there by thinking about breaking those records. So even if we continue doing what we like doing, after 10 years, we'll leave a lot of good things behind us for the next generation, or for the fans that are dreaming about becoming us and becoming singers or artists.
But are we coming to the end of Big Bang?
No, not at all.
Thank God they said no. I was like, no,
It's more of
no.
a historical record, showing our history.
10년을 좀 기념하고 좀 자축하자는 의미, 그리고 10년 동안 저희들을 바라봐 주신
It is for us to commemorate and celebrate 10 years, and there are many fans who've been watching us for that 10 years. It's to enjoy our 10th year with them, and also to let them know to expect a lot more from the future. If it was the end of Big Bang, we wouldn't be laughing while doing the interview right now.
웃으면서 인터뷰를 하고 있지 않겠죠?
That's a good point. G-Dragon.
Can I take a selfie with you guys?
Can I
Okay.
take a selfie? Okay. I like that they have their pictures up over there. So, wow, that was 2016.
really,
Did you see
really,
the copyright date on that? That was 2016. So that was before they went to the military. So, which one we knew that from the interview. But, like,
That was an awesome interview.
that was a really good interview because they asked some really eye-opening questions.
Yeah.
But CNN's like huge here.
Yes.
It's like one of the biggest news networks here in the U.S. So I think that's the first time. I think I've seen one other interview CNN with. It was with Gong Yu, Have you seen that?
I think so.
It was like a Talk Asia interview. But other than that, like I've never seen a CNN interview with artists, with Korean artists until that. So that was my first one.
That was my.
And that was
very informative.
fascinating. And I was ready and expected for that because CNN always asks tough questions anyway. So I was like, this is going to be interesting. So yeah. And
it was hard to talk during that though because there was so much information to take in, and you didn't want to miss
I didn't want to miss any of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
it's not like you're reading subtitles because they had the voiceovers on it too. So you didn't want to
miss anything.
Yeah,
which I had already planned when we started watching it that I probably wouldn't talk much, especially.
Wow.
That was
so. I've been completely. I sent you a picture yesterday of my screensaver on my phone. I've been obsessed with G-Dragon the last few days.
Just he's not just the screensaver. He's the screensaver on her chat thing. So like when we're chatting, there's G-Dragon.
Seriously, I don't know. You know, you just have days, and he's just my obsession right now. So I can't get enough of him.
Here he is.
At all.
So I'm curious on one thing, the chair thing on top. What was that?
Yeah, what was
a
that?
collector of chairs. So VIPs, let us know what that was. And it may just be her. She had a British accent, which was so pretty, by the way. I love accents. And G-Dragon when he spoke English. And
you love accents, and we have a deep Southern accent.
Now,
I don't know if ours is really pretty though.
Taeyong didn't speak much English during the interview, but when he did, it sounded like
the
perfect.
Yeah,
like you would think was from here. Like it was that perfect.
I actually expected, and I'm always scared I'm going to say his name wrong. Sungri?
Yeah.
Sungri.
Yeah, we do use odd here, so like, I'm always afraid we're going to mess that up.
I am too. My accent gets in the talking about accents. My accent gets in the way a lot when it comes to pronunciation. I expected him to talk more because he's such a jokester, like on Knowing Brothers and everything else on all those shows that I've seen him on. You know, but that's really the first interview I've seen with all of them together. So maybe that's why. Because here lately they've all been in the military, so everything I've seen here lately has
just
been
Sungri. Yeah.
I'm saying it wrong.
No, actually, you're saying. I think she's saying it right. But you're adding an N to the end.
I am. I don't know why I keep doing that. Why am I adding an N at the end?
But like,
I think it's the way my mouth wants to do it.
Yeah, because a lot of the stuff that I've seen has just been with him too while they're in the military. So I had seen that update on G-Dragon, and then somebody had said that the mail system with G-Dragon, because there have been so many fan letters being written and sent to him.
Okay, because of my current obsession, I can understand this.
So I thought that was super cool. I was like, go G-Dragon. Go G-Dragon.
I can understand.
But, yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen with the group once they've all served and come out.
Supposedly at the end of 2019. I keep seeing comments about this.
Well, Sungri's going to go in probably soon, too.
But I think
he's going to be he's going to be in there the shortest, though, I think, because it's something to do with. But
the way it changed.
Hats off, because we come from a family with pretty most of the males in our family have served here, so definitely understand. And it's 4 years if you sign here. So like, yeah. So our father was in, grandfather was in, so. We definitely like
understand that system.
Hats off.
Yeah.
It's just we admire them. We admire them greatly. Their music, Bang Bang Bang. And I know it's like one of their older songs. It's not one of the more recent ones, but I listen to it all the time. So I found that interesting about them playing that over the DMZ. So that was good. And then there was a whole lot of North Korean stuff going on screen. The bottom that was going on during 2016 because they had the current news like doing, which CNN does that here because when you're watching CNN here, they have the whole thing.
I'm sure they do, yeah.
But, well, I just realized we're almost at 30 minutes and our audio messes up at 30 minutes. So that was an amazing interview. We learned so much. We got a sense of their personality. They were so super relaxed. I think that was the funnest part, was that they were so super relaxed during that interview. And some interviews, especially when the interviewer is speaking English, that's hard because but they did wonderful. They were like,
I'm so impressed,
completely comfortable.
Yes,
and Anyway, we
They
love
work
Big
very
Bang.
well
We
together.
love Big Bang so much. So we can't wait to check out so much more. We just finished the parodies with them.
Yay!
I think we finished the parodies. VIPs, let us know if we
Actually,
missed
I hear
any.
there's some more of something.
Is there more?
Yes, there's so many comments. Thank you guys so much, by the way.
Well, I'm gonna
There's
pause
so
this
many.
so that we don't mess up on our audio. Okay. I want to make sure our audio.
Okay, so I hear we've gotten, I hear. I've read a bunch of comments that there's other stuff that they've done. I don't know if they're full parodies, like what we reacted to. Parodies. I'm telling you, I have the hardest time. My accent is actually just a little bit thicker than hers. And so I have the hardest time with it. But anyway, so apparently there's more fun stuff with these guys. So I'm really looking forward to it.
yeah,
because of my current obsession, I'm really looking forward to it. And we have gotten so many Big Bang requests.
Well, because we've done the parody journey, we're going to be doing the live performances coming up because there's so many live performances we haven't checked out. So, and we're still doing the music video journey from the beginning.
Yes.
So, and solo. And so keep a lookout for even more Big Bang stuff. And there's so much stuff I'm still curious about with the group because we're newer to Big Bang, which is crazy because they've been out forever and they're huge. So I have no idea how I'm just getting on this bandwagon now. I've actually heard the name Big Bang quite a bit over the years. Even here. I mean, they're big enough. They're huge. But I don't guess I've really sat down and watched their stuff until recently. And now I'm a little obsessed. I bought like 3 of their albums.
I don't know what G-Dragon's ideal girl is. Taeyong's already married. He's off the table. I can look at him though.
She's like, one down.
He's my other bias, but he's taken, so Anyway,
I have a thing. I love them all. It kind of changes, like the whole wrecking thing. So I can't pick one because G-Dragon I love, and then lately I've been thinking a lot about Top. And then I've also been going through a Daesung thing.
His
and then,
vocals are
And then
killer.
I watched something with Seungri the other day, and I was like,
tell me. I still want to know what G-Dragon's
It
ideal
take
girl
long.
is, though.
Anybody know what G-Dragon's ideal type is? She'd like to know.
Curiosity. Just,
G-Dragon, what's your ideal type? But that was great. That was amazing.
Not that I'm looking, I'm just saying. I'm just curious. I know there's a lot of female fans that are new to Big Bang, maybe, that want to know.
That want to know. So, yeah, because this is true. If you're watching us for the first time and you're not as familiar with Big Bang, you have to check them out. Seriously. Check out their music. Watch some more of our reactions. Get to know them. Definitely go to their page and listen to their stuff because they're super incredible. They're super incredible. Thank you all so much for watching this with us.
Bye.